Happy Monday. You are incredible. You're amazing. You're so inspiring. So many people are talking about you. Everybody is wanting what you have to offer. They love what you're selling. They're excited about it. So today I wanted to think about inspiration for your own self, how you cultivate that within you, how you make time and adjust your environment to support feeling inspired more often so that you can tap into your innate creativity and your natural desire to create things from a space that really does feel true to who you are. So there are two things that I do to really allow myself to tap into my creativity and feel inspired as often as I want. The first thing that I do is set flex time on my calendar when I feel most productive, most inspired, and most creative. So I know that first thing in the morning is when I feel the most creative. I often feel inspired after I take certain actions, like if I'm in the shower or listening to a podcast or reading a book from one of my favorite authors, or even a new book that's on a topic that I'm really excited about learning more about. So thinking about these things, like what are the triggers for you? What's going to inspire you? Is it listening to someone? Is it being with a person? Is it doing a specific activity, whether it's by yourself or with other people? Is it thinking about certain things or in a specific way? Is it just the fact that when you wake up or if you go for a walk, boom, inspiration tends to strike? You want to figure out those little nuances about who you are and then nurture them. So if your flex time might be best suited to you when you go for a walk and you can only go for a walk at 11 a.m., that's when you set it for, and you make sure that it becomes a non-negotiable practice so you can really nurture and foster that creativity. I even do a flex day. So Fridays are my flex days. And that way I can kind of lean into it as it strikes. Or if I'm not feeling inspired at all, I can use that as just a work day or a free day, depending on what I have going on. Now, I know that that is a very privileged statement, and not everyone has the flexibility to take a Friday all to themselves and to have that be a flex day. But think about how you can incorporate principles of that in your business to be more successful. Also, I want you to think about your own personality and what your triggers are in a positive and a negative way. Sometimes we can do the opposite and stifle our creativity and inspiration by following too many people in our industry, listening to too much advice from friends and family members. These are just a couple of examples, but think about the things that really nurture and foster your creativity and the things that stifle it. For me, I had to unfollow people in my industry. I had to make it a point to not go on Instagram or Facebook at certain times of day because I knew the minute I did, I would waste or squander that creativity and that time for inspiration by going down the rabbit hole and looking at other people's content and comparing and despairing about my own business. So you want to do this in two parts. You want to find the things that inspire you and make time for them and try to be flexible and adapt and adjust your schedule to fit those and to help them blossom and grow naturally. And then on the other side, you want to find out what would prevent you or inhibit you or stifle your growth or your ability to get and stay creative, and figure out what you need to eliminate or reduce the amount of things that are taking away from this for you. So I hope that this helps you today, and I hope you find a little bit more inspiration and a little bit less of that compare and despair, cyclical patterns of self-sabotage and self-judgment and doubt. Because like I said at the beginning of this, you are incredible and people are excited to meet you, and you can't waste another second doubting that or anything else about yourself, because you are everything and you have everything that you need to get out there and change the world.